Sorry, Ray, I jumped out early.
Oh, no, no problem. No problem. We're about to get going.
All right. Hope you all enjoyed your lunch. You can, of course, continue eating if you still got a plate in front of you. And welcome to our folks on Zoom. So I know we've got a few folks joining us virtually. And I think I heard Dr. Gist and Ed is here. And we can't see you on the screen at the moment. So Zoom folks, who else do we have in the room?
Whoops.
Yeah, let's see who else we got. All right, looks like we also have Joe Martin as well with us. So welcome to everybody on Zoom.
Let me gotta stop this noise. Oh, here we go.
All right. All right, so we had planned initially to have a new member introduction today, so we'll postpone that so Dominique can be with us next time. But I did want to share a couple reminders of some upcoming events. And so last week we shared about the Flint River kayaking opportunity. And so I did confirm this is a go. Folks had asked about, well, wasn't there a chemical spill on the river? Is it okay? This is going to be upstream of that. So the launch point is going to be at M15. And so that whole section of river is clear. So certainly if you're interested, please do sign up. There were a limited number of slots still available when I checked with folks earlier in the week. So if you are interested, you can reach out to Carl Olmstead or Jim Milanowski from the Greater Flint Sunrise Club. There is a fee for it. It depends on if you want just a single kayak and you don't have your own, the fee is $30. If you want to bring your own kayak and you're just paying for it to be carted up, back and forth for you, that's $20. And I think they have a tandem one that may be available for $40. So got a little bit more information on that. If you are interested, again, please follow up with the folks from Greater Flint Sunrise. And this is one of those really easy ways to get involved doing something fun with other Rotarians. So consider yourself very welcome. Another event, as a reminder, is that the Crim Rotary Mile is going to be happening very soon. Registration information was part of your weekly email. So you can click on that link and you can log on and register to be a volunteer with that. District Governor Mike Chafee has ordered some new lovely Rotary hats. And so if you happen to sign up to volunteer and you don't already have a Rotary hat, then this is your opportunity to get one. So that's one added incentive. And of course, if you register, Mike has very kindly offered to have a breakfast available for the Rotarian volunteers. And I had a chance to participate last year, and I have to say he's a really good cook. So that's another reason to consider signing up. I wanted to provide a bit of an update in terms of the concert for Ukraine. I know we shared a few weeks ago, right afterwards, how it had been a very inspiring experience. For me, being there, it was if you weren't able to attend, you missed a really good one. It was the sort of thing that you really got a feel for the emotion, for the cause, for the place, the way that they featured Ukrainian music was just really a powerful experience. In addition to that, I want to share that the total amount of the donation that will be going to Rotary International Disaster Response Fund for Ukraine is going to be $2,125. And that's the amount that has been raised at this point. Now, in talking with Anne-Marie from FIM, they're going to hold off on actually sending the final payment to Rotary until the end of the month. A couple people had asked her about whether they might still be able to contribute to that. So if you wanted to make a contribution towards that and haven't already had a chance to do so, the easiest thing would be to write a check to Flint Institute of Music and just be sure to put Ukraine in that memo. Any checks that are received by the end of July, they'll add to that total so that the whole amount can be set together. Other important announcements. So we have an election coming up in just a little bit over a week on August 2nd. And so we, as Rob Jewell had alluded to last week, we are a completely nonpartisan, apolitical organization, but certainly civic engagement is something that we can all do as citizens. And so wanted to just share the reminder that the absentee ballot, you can request those for no reason at all now in Michigan. So if you're not going to be in town on the day of the election, or if absentee voting is easier for you, that's something you can do. You can actually request a ballot through the Michigan Voter Information Center up until the Friday before. Although you can also request that through your local clerk's office as well. Just make sure that if you are returning an absentee ballot, that you're doing that with sufficient time that you can get there well before election day. So bear that in mind. Also wanted to just share a reminder that we have a joke duel that will be coming up. So for those who maybe weren't here last week, in this joke duel, there will be no one harmed in the process. All the slings and arrows are completely verbal. And so you will have a chance for your one best joke, going head to head with another Rotarian, who's a prankster, a trickster, a jokester, etc. And so some of you probably know who you are, and this is your time to shine. So if you haven't yet, let me know that you'd be willing to participate in the joke duel. Please let me know within the next week or so that I can get this lined up. Now, perhaps you may not feel ready to commit yourself, but you know somebody else who has a few funny bones in their body. You can also nominate somebody that you'd like to see their joke. So we'll see how many folks agree to participate, and that'll kind of help us decide the pace for this moving forward. But hopefully this is a fun way to highlight some humor. I know we've got more than one or two folks that have come up here at various points showcasing their humorous style, and we'd love to have you participate.
President Elizabeth, I don't want to use up my one joke, but I just want to. If you provide a clarification in regards to the realm of jokes, should we be focusing on or staying away from why did the chicken cross the road?
You've got one shot, so it's your choice how you spend it. If you want to do it on how the chicken crossed the road, then that's up to you. No, any jokes are welcome. The only request is that it not be disparaging. Yes, nothing that would cause me to have to blush too much.
What is the prize? We have a prize?
So the prize. So the prize is really about the good that we do as Rotarians, because how, you may ask, how do we know who wins the duel? So if you have person A delivers their joke and person B delivers their joke, how do we know that who won? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we are going to have 2 red cups on each table, one with the name of each participant. And so you're actually going to be voting with your contribution in the red cup for which one you think won, and we'll announce the winner at the next meeting. For those who are on Zoom, you too have a chance to participate. You need not be present to participate, but if you have a PayPal account, you can actually do your contribution through the Rotary Club of Flint website. Just click on the PayPal donation, and where it says, what is this for? Write the name of the person that you think won the joke duel. So whether you participate with cash or PayPal, we'd love to have you either way. Yes, Joy.
I'm curious what all the funds will be given for.
Sure. So traditionally, any of the red cup donations, whether it's through fines in the meeting or whatnot, those all help our overall operations. So it can be used for any of our club's activities. For things that are on the website, Amy can correct me if I'm telling a lie here, that goes to benefit the Flint Rotary Foundation, so our charitable giving ethic. So she's right. Okay, so the voice of wisdom has spoken from the hallway. All right, so not to put anybody in the spot, you don't have to tell me this moment that you're willing to participate, but I would love to have as many folks as are willing to be part of it, and you can just send me an email, a text, call me, what have you. All right, so proceeding with our fellowship agenda. Wanted to see if there's any other announcements here today. Anything else anybody wants to share?
Help them out.
Okay, yep. So Jerry, if you want to come,
Yeah.
so if you've got a health and welfare update, why don't you come on up here so folks on Zoom can hear you too?
I'm just the messenger. I did not come up with this, but Fred wanted me to relay that he's not going to be at Rotary because the bed won out over crime and corruption. That's not my joke. I'm still working on it. Damn it. But that's it. Fred's just still pushing through, and it kind of feels like there's a lot of little things that are going on. I don't really know what. It's kind of not very specific. He's trying though, and man, that guy's got a good spirit. So reach out to him if you can. But I think he'll be fine. He'll be good.
Yep, thanks for that update. I understand that he had a very small procedure yesterday. It went well, and so he is definitely looking forward to being back with us, hopefully very, very soon. Yes, Amy.
Just real quick, since he's not here, Ellen Brothers is being there next week.
Okay, for folks on Zoom, Ellen Brothers is getting married next week. Woohoo!
So next Sunday, pray for next one.
Outdoor wedding. Okay, yes, we will send good thoughts. We need the rain, but not on Sunday. Not on Sunday. Very good. All right. I don't think we had any guests on Zoom, but I see perhaps some in the room. So any guests in the room who might like to stand up and introduce yourself today? I think you're technically still, well, you've got your pin now, so no longer a guest, but people may not be well acquainted yet. So we have Gloria here today.
Hi, so I'm a suspected new member. I think I just have to turn my paperwork and I so then I'll be.
Then she'll be official. Yes. Glad to have you. And I don't see any other guests, unless I'm overlooking somebody. All right. So we do have the 50-50 raffle. And in Fred's place today, we have Jerry, which means it's going to be totally legit.
Make sure that everything is fair and square.
Fair and square.
I need a helper. Who wants to volunteer? Who's young enough to come up?
All right. Howard's gonna help us stir the pot.
Okay, here we go.
83129.
83129. Oh, our guest.
All right.
Great. Third place goes to our guest, Dale.
Eight 83155.
83155.
That is yours.
Oh, Joy's got it. Okay. And for all the bananas.
All right, now, you know, come to mama.
The first two were kind of crinkled, so I'm just saying I might have a new strategy starting next week.
There's glue on one of them.
Oops, that's two. 83156.
83156.
Not another one.
Joy again, double luck for her. Both crinkles, by the way. Okay. Thank you very much. And then I'd like to welcome up to the podium Marie Zook. We have some birthdays to celebrate.
Think this list, I didn't see anybody that's on the July birthdays except for maybe one or two people. So let's give it a try. July 1st, Dale Wayhill. July 2nd, Lynn Horan and Paul Winstrom. July 7th, John Henry. I think nobody's here. July 12th, Sue Martinez, who is Sue Kelly, but now it's Martinez. And then July the 19th, Kurt Collier. July the 25th, Lindsay Younger. And what's today's date?
And today's birthday is an special happy birthday, Lynette Tony. Now, even though we're supposed to be singing happy birthday to everybody, nobody else is here, so we sing happy birthday to Lynetta. Happy
July birthday too?
Pardon me?
Aren't you July birthday?
No, I'm a June birthday. I'm just substituting. Yes.
Well, I
Okay.
received it. I received it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lynetta. Happy birthday to you. Yay! All right, I didn't know that today was the real birthday, Lynetta. Extra happy birthday to you. Okay, we're pausing for a selfie here because it's Lynetta's birthday. Just want a picture with all of us. Like the room?
Thank you.
So Lynetta, there you go, we got for everyone. Lynetta, if you want to text me that photo, I'll be happy to put it on the Rotary Facebook page, and we'll celebrate with you that way too. Thank you. All right, next up, I would like to invite one of our newest members, Dave Perry, is going to introduce our guest speaker for the day.
Thank you. It's only fair that a employee and introduces an employer, right? So Dale Capers with 360 Interactive, digital marketing agency here in Flint. I've been in the marketing industry for 35 years. The last 24 have been focused primarily just on the digital marketing space. Dale's always been involved in the marketing industry, serving on industry boards, various committees, working to help the industry grow. 360 has always played an integral part in the marketing industry throughout Southeast Michigan. And today Dale would like to know about a program that we started back in 2019 and kind of continues today. So Dale will give you details on that. It's called a marketing meetup event. It's Marketing Unfiltered is the name for it. And these events bring local marketers together in a tighter way to kind of talk about marketing trends, campaigns that other companies have had success with, and general marketing in kind of a fireside chat meetup type style. We have a guest, and it's a fireside chat type format. There's an element that we use for philanthropy on this. We actually have proceeds that we give to the scholarship for the Mott Foundation or Mott Community College for their marketing program. So students there will benefit from these meetups. Dale has always said that a strong marketing community can literally transform people's lives, and we feel a need to do all we can to improve our marketing community. So with that, it's my pleasure to invite my employer and friend, Dale Kuiper.
All right, well, as you can start adding up the numbers, you figure out that I started marketing when I was about 12. As David alluded to, we've been doing some things since about 2018. We started doing something that we call a marketing meetup. And essentially, it's, as Dave said, it's just a roundtable conversation where we try to bring in marketing experts or marketing people just to talk about what's going on in their either company or their segment of the industry. We open it up to everybody, competitors, business owners, in-house marketers, whoever wants to come. And the whole concept behind it is that rising tides raise all ships, right? So the better that we all get when it comes to marketing, the more informed we are, the more educated we are, the better we all do. And the better we all do, that just helps the entire community. So we've been really happy with the results from that. I've got a little video clip that I'm going to show you, just kind of highlight some of the past meetup events that we've done.
For those of you that are new, this is what we call Marketing Unfiltered. And the idea is that get us together as marketing professionals and so often in our everyday life, we have to have that filter up, right? Because marketing is all about looking good and having a good facade and everything else, right? And this is a chance for us to kind of pull that back, pull back the filter and just talk amongst ourselves and as industry professionals and learn what's going on and what's happening and what's working and what's not. So, yeah.
So this might be a difficult question, but it's probably something we all want to know. How would you have done the campaign differently if you'd been asking for money and not just votes?
We're always asking for money. We're always fundraising. And again, it's just telling that story. Anytime that you can get a group of professionals together that are doing the same thing and that they could share their tricks of the trade, it's just a genius idea.
And there really isn't anything in this market that's like this. I mean, it's where people that are marketing consultants like myself can come into a room, get information, break down all the barriers, and the competition kind of disappears for that hour and a half.
It's something that I think is so funny is if you're scrolling through Facebook and somebody posts a video of something and then they write, "I don't own rights to this song." Well, no kidding. You know, it's like, and it's like, but yeah. It's like they have Aerosmith Dream On and then they've typed, "I don't own rights to this."
It's an after hours fun get together in an evening, and I'd had a couple glasses of wine. So I don't know. I just know that he retweeted. I was so excited.
And just having the ability to get together with folks that do the same thing that you do in different agencies, really you feed off each other and get new ideas.
How do you stay on strategy, and when in the year do you set that strategy?
To get the inspiration from them about how they stuck with it and really did such a great job pulling at the heartstrings and really, you know, as marketers, we really just want to tell our story, and getting that from them, the advice on how they did that was fantastic.
The main customer base for us, the people that are buying our tickets, the families, the people that are over 50, they're all on Facebook. I mean, they're not going to be on Twitter as much. And there's a lot of
I hope that they realize that you don't have to spend a lot of money to connect with people, and anybody can on Facebook. You don't have to have a fancy camera. You don't have to have a graphics person like we have. I mean, there's so many free tools out there, and if you just tell stories about the people that are in your business or your organization or the things that you're helping, then you can connect and you'll see growth.
A business or an entity or an individual doesn't have time to go around and sue you for every little thing that happens.
Digital advertising, whether it's your website or social, it's really where people are going. And storytelling, it's the secret sauce for us. And I can really see how that could translate to just about any business.
Well, you know, there's some ideas that I've taken from this that I think that will benefit me personally in my profession. So I'm excited to try and put those to work.
So that gives you just a little bit of insight as to what our meetups are all about. It's very relaxed, very casual. And the whole idea is, again, as I say, is to get people to understand different things that different folks are doing. What you saw there, we had one gentleman that was an attorney that came in and talked about intellectual property law. We had the marketing folks from Hurley come in and talk about what they're doing from their unique perspective. We had actually at one point, the marketing director for the food banking from Michigan come in and talk about nonprofit marketing and the nuances that go on there. So we really try to bring in a lot of different information based on a lot of different segments. You notice in the video, we used to do these in our office. And as I said, we started in 2018, went into 19, started into 2020, then COVID hit and everything kind of shut down from there, obviously. But what we found is that the attendance was growing so much that we've now had to move outside of our office. And we've got our upcoming one scheduled in September. We're going to be having that at Warwick Hills and Country Club. Typically, we'll see anywhere from about 30 to 35 people attending these. We're expecting anywhere of 50 to 70 people that are going to be in attendance, just based on what we're hearing from folks that we know. So I want to let all of you know that September, we're going to start up again. We're going to be at Warwick. We used to be able to do them for free. We're going to add a charge to them this time. They're going to be $20 for the evening. That's food, drink, and the proceeds from that event will help fund our scholarship from community college to help marketing students get their education. So as I've said oftentimes, I truly believe that marketing can transform lives. And whether it's giving a scholarship away to a student to help them get through their studies, or if it's benefiting a company which does more business and grows and can employ more people and keep their people employed, I truly believe marketing can transform lives. So this is one way that if you've got marketing folks in your companies, or if you have interest in marketing topics, I really encourage you to come and join us. One of the things that I'd like to suggest is, if you have an interest in attending one of these and want to just make sure that you get put onto our list so that we inform you when they're coming up, I'll give you my email address. Just shoot me an email and I'll make sure you get put on our list. And then you'll be sure to get any announcements that come out from it. So if you got your notes or your phone in hand, the email address is Dale K, DALEK, at the number 3, the word 60 interactive.com. With that, are there any questions? It's usually Miller or Miller Lite. Yeah, Rob.
I think I attended one. We had it at Riverbank and we had like after hours.
Yeah.
And no, it was really cool. It's kind of like I'm not really through.
Sure.
I remember you had like this cyber security expert with that.
We did, yeah.
I got some good nuggets out of that. Because it's probably not that right.
No kidding.
And so I think that the people you brought in that day really helped me.
Well, good. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
And just for the benefit of folks on Zoom, Rob Bennett was sharing how he had attended one of these sessions and actually found almost immediate benefit from it because he was able to apply that information to his own business. Right. Don't mean to interpret,
No.
but we've got a few people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can add to that. The wooden nickels that we gave out actually had value.
They were train tickets.
So if you ever come with something.
One of the things that we always try to do is make sure that we have alcohol. Because marketing and alcohol go hand in hand. It just seems to make sense. Anything else? Absolutely, yeah. We have students from Mott, and we also have students from U of M Flint that are on our list. So as I say, it's an open door. Anybody that has any interest in this stuff, more than welcome to join.
So I had a question, and
Yeah.
that is just, can you tell us a little bit more about like the genesis of your company? Like how you came about and some of like the hype. If you were giving the synopsis of like, here's the main things that have really helped us progress to this point.
Okay, yeah. The way that we started was just an act of foolishness. I used to have a job that I traveled about 35 to 40 weeks out of the year. And I'll make this somewhat brief. My son was going to Michigan State. My daughter was getting ready to go to Michigan State. My son was going back to school this one Sunday. My wife and I packed him up. We're taking him back. We're coming back from dropping him off in Lansing, East Lansing. And my wife looks at me and she said, you know, Dean is gone. Our daughter's going to be gone shortly. If you keep flying like this and traveling like this, what's the point? And as a typical male, I went, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. So got home, packed up my bag, jumped on a plane that night, took off, and I went, wait a minute, there was a message there. She doesn't like my traveling. So I quit my job, started this. My son was a computer science engineer. And kind of we just started it. Like, and he and I talk often, if we'd have written down the plan that we took to start this, nobody in their right mind would ever do it. It was just the most ill-conceived idea we've ever had. But how we got here, quite honestly, I think is two things. One is we really care. We care about the community. We care about our clients. We just really care. And I think one of the things that's helped us in the growth of that is that rising tide raise all ships concept. Is we're always educating. We're always helping the community understand, because this digital stuff is a pain. Like, it's confusing as heck. And so the more that we can help and educate, the more marketers can make the right decisions for their companies. Their companies grow, keep their people employed on it. Yeah, that's kind of how we did it. Thanks for asking. Yeah. I can't. My son came up with that. We used to. Yeah. Well, our name comes from back in the day. I was working for an international manufacturing company, and they came out with this total quality management concept and the Duran principle and all that. And so I went through a lot of that training where it was the 360-degree view of a client. That's where our name comes from. Yeah, and as far as the graphic part of it, you'd have to ask Dean, because he came up with that. Yep.
Well, it works because you've got people paying.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
So Bill, a contribution has been made in your honor to the Rotary International Fund to Help End Polio. So thank you very much for being our guest speaker today. And on that note, I don't know if you saw in the news this week, but there actually has been a case of polio detected in the U.S. In New York among somebody who had never been vaccinated. So a reminder of how critical it is to persist in that work and take advantage of those vaccines that help to save so many lives and eventually to hopefully eradicate this disease. You did that already. All right. So I want to, as we prepare to depart, I want to thank our Rotarians who were in service today. Dave for introducing Dale today, for Anne-Marie doing the bulletin notes, for Mike Chasey for doing the setup and takedown, as well as providing us with our Rotary hat prop so that you can sign up to volunteer for the Rotary Mile. Also Terry for his ever-present diligence in serving at the registration table, and to Marie Zook for being willing to pinch hit as a June baby, helping out with the July birthday. So Gemini's unite. So just as a reminder, next week is our 5th Friday. We will not be meeting here. We will instead be having our traditional 5th Friday White Horse meet up for lunch. And so Rob has agreed to help make those preparations. So if anybody believes that you're going to be attending that White Horse meetup, if you don't mind raising your hand, and we'll get a head count.
Okay.
All right, I'm seeing 10 and 11 with Rob.
Right.
If any of you change your mind or you decide to join, that's great. You can feel free to send me an email or a text, and I'll provide any additional ads to Rob before then. We will be back in here at the food bank on August 5th, and we will have our I think maybe the 3rd time that our club will have had a chance to hear from Dr. Bob Buchanan from Kettering University, but probably the first time in at least the last 3 years or so. So he'll be able to update us on all the good work that Kettering is doing, and we hope that you will join us at that time. So until then, I hope you have a safe weekend, that you enjoy this very summery weather, maybe celebrate the National Hammock Day or Body Painting Day if that's your thing. And remember that let's imagine Rotary, what it means for us, for our club, our community, and our world. We are adjourned.
All right.